All right, guys, let's get into it. Fourth video of the day for me in the last hour. This has been the first time I posted this many videos in this amount of time. But anyways, this is going to be your Great American. This is going to be the NXT Great American Bash review from Saturday. Obviously, sorry I didn't get to it Saturday, but I went out a week ago, this past Tuesday. Coming tomorrow would have been my 50th birthday. We went out on Saturday for my birthday. It's just easier during the weekends with people working during the week, and you know people have certain members of the family having kids, and it's just easier on the weekend. It's just easier to do on a Saturday. But anyways, I haven't watched Saturday nights yet. I know Seth got hurt, but I will, once I get started to watch either tonight or sometime tomorrow, I will do a game. I will do a review for that. But this is your NXT Great American Bash review from Saturday. I'm going to do something new on my video reviews now. I'm going to do like what I thought was moment of the night and match. I'm going to do match of the night, favorite match of the night, favorite match of the night, and moment of the night. Now, match of the night is just going to match the match I thought was the best match, even though I may think that's the best match. And so match of the night, favorite match of the night might be a little bit different because obviously, even though it might be my favorite, I may not have thought it was the best match of the night. So here we go. Obviously, there was 5 matches on the card for the NXT Great American Bash. I missed 2 of them 5 matches. I started off 0-2. I missed Jasper Troy, and so I missed Jasper Troy in the Javon Evans match, and then Izzy Dame and Sol Ruca. I thought with the way Izzy Dame's been lately, I mean, because she... I mean, I feel like Izzy Dame's like the... Basically, even though Sean Spears is supposed to be the leader of the calling, I believe that Izzy Dame's basically calling the shots, and she's the star there. So I think before she leaves NXT, they need to put a title on her. I like Izzy Dame. But yeah. So I missed them 2. Should have known Sol was going to win. But so let's get into pay-per-view. So obviously missed the Izzy Dame Sol Ruca match and the Jasper Troy Javon Evans match. Them are the only 2 I missed. 3-2. 3-2 tonight, not bad. So first matchup, we had Jasper Troy and Javon Evans. Obviously, I thought this was a good match. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5 stars. I think Jasper Troy did a great job showing his strength. Also, that he has a lot of athletic ability. I also thought he showed his power. Strength showed that he's just like Obi and he's a monster. Javon showed his resiliency. We already knew that. With his entrance, and he's going to get bouncy because he's a high flyer. He showed his athleticism and his high flying ability. These 2 put on a heck of a show. Might have been a match and had not been for a couple other matches. But anyways, with Jasper Troy getting rolled, with Javon Evans rolling up for the pin, I mean, I don't think you necessarily needed Javon to roll him up for a pin. You could have had Jasper Troy lose clean. It's not going to hurt him that much. They're both young. Both of them losing doesn't really kill momentum for them because they're both fairly new there. I mean, Javon's been there a few months now, but anyways, 4 out of 5 stars for that match. I see great big things for Javon and Jasper, so yeah. As far as where they go next, I almost would say put Javon Evans in the North American title picture, and then maybe move Jasper Troy up to contending once again for the NXT Championship. But like I said, 4 out of 5 stars for this match. Next matchup was Izzy Dame and Sol Ruca. These 2 women put on a show. They both showed their athleticism. They both showed you why the NXT women's division is unbelievable. It's the best women's division on the planet, along with the main card women's division. But Izzy Dame, Sol Ruca did their thing. Not a lot to talk about here because obviously both did their thing. Both very athletic, very strong too. Both can go. With Sol Ruca picking up the win there, I'm giving this match 4 out of 5 stars. I think Sol Ruca needs to be in the conversation for the NXT Women's title. I think Izzy Dame, personally, and I'm just saying this, she needs to be moved up to the main card. And then we move, so 4 out of 5 stars for this match. Then we move on to the third match, which was the men's North American title. Ricky Saints and All Ego Ethan Page. With All Ego Ethan Page getting the win here now, obviously, Hopefully this is in a feud, because I'm, for one, getting sick and seeing these two go at it all the time. I've seen it how many godly times, how many dozens of times in AEW, and I've seen it like, what, 3 or 4 times now in AEW since they both got there, or in WWE since they both got there. I'm sorry I said AEW, but anyways, hope that's another feud with the Ego giving all Ego Ethan Page, giving him the Ego's, giving Ricky Saints the Ego's edge off the ramp entrance into them 2 tables there, 2 or 3 tables. But yeah, Ricky Saints and Ethan Page show why this rivalry is such a great rivalry, why they're 2 of the best, why these two guys, I would consider them two of the great young stars in the business today, and show why maybe the WWE is in good hands for future years to come when these guys get come with main card with other young guys. But yeah, 4 out of 5 for this match. Great job. Hopefully this is the end of that feud. What's next for Ricky Saints? I believe he gets called up to the main card. For Ethan Page, I believe I'm going to say his next title defense. I would say bring Ethan up to the main card. Bring Ethan up to the main card too, and have him drop the North American title to Jasper Troy. So yeah, like I said, 4 out of 5 stars for this match. And then we had Obi Fema and Yoshiki Ika Nakamura. I don't know how to pronounce that, but this was a great match. They both showed their power. They both showed their strength. Obi showed what he always shows every week, that he's a fucking beast, or that he's a beast. He's a monster. He's unstoppable. Yoshiki took it to Obi like the last 2 competitors, Jasper Troy and Yoshiki, have took it to Obi like 2 guys I have never seen. These 2 guys showed that they can stand toe to toe with Obi. I mean, Yoshiki, I like the guy. I don't know much about him, but I think he's a great young talent, and I think he deserves a push in NXT. But yeah, with that being said, not much more to say about this match because I don't know much about Yoshiki. Very strong, very powerful, very talented. He's got a bright future in NXT. Obi, obviously, I think he should keep the title for a couple more months, at least. I'd say let him keep it till, I would have Obi keep that title till probably say Royal Rumble next year, and then have him drop it right before then and have him debut at the Royal Rumble on the main card. And then, so 4 out of 5 stars for Obi Fema and Yoshiki, and 4 out of 5 stars for Yoshiki and Oba. And then we move on. Right after that match, we had a contract signing with Santana, Joe Hendry, and Trick Williams, where obviously Santana got up and, pandered the crown, said, "What's up, Atlanta GA?" Now that we got out of the way. And then he just basically said how he wants to bring the TNA title home from the NXT superstar, and he wants to bring the TNA title back to its roots, what it used to be, which he was referring to like AJ Styles and, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, them guys. And then basically trash talk Trick. Joe Hendry paid respect to Santana, said how that Joe Hendry's going to be the one to do it, and he wants to bring, Santana wants to bring us to its roots. Joe Hendry wants to elevate it to the next level. Blah. And then Trick talked, and Trick just trashed them both. And then Trick got Santana and Trick both signed the contract. But if you watch very closely, if you haven't watched, Joe never signed the contract. So I don't know if that plays in the story. Probably not. But before Trick left the ring, Joe grabbed him and stopped him, and they said how him and Santana, Joe said a couple things to him, and Santana said, "Yeah, you talked to him." Then they both hit him, put him through the contract table, the table that was set up for the contract signing. They put him through it. And then we went to the back. Then Dark State came out and attacked Santana and attacked Santana and Joe Hendry. And then we go to the back where we had an interview with Obi, and he was going to grant a rematch to Josh Briggs. During this, he was going to grant a rematch down the road to Yoshiki, because Josh Briggs kept trying to get involved and cheat in this match for Yoshiki, and Yoshiki wanted no part of it. So I think we're going to get a match between Josh Briggs and Oba on NXT. And then, obviously, I'm going to have to do 2 parts for this, guys, because I'm running a little long. But anyways, and then they shoved each other, and then that got broke up. So I'm going to do a part 2, guys.